Hey, welcome to The Explainer. Today we're going to tackle a huge barrier in the world of productivity, building powerful custom automations. We're going to see how AI can literally transform a process that takes hours of frustrating work into something you can do in just a few seconds. Let's dive in and see how it all works.
But first, let me ask you something. What if you could describe the complex workflow you want? Connecting your email to a spreadsheet, then sending a summary to your team, and have it built for you perfectly just by asking for it, in plain English or any language for that matter. Sounds kind of like sci-fi, right? Well, it's way closer than you think. Okay, so to really get this breakthrough, we have to talk about the problem first. It's what I like to call the automation wall. That frustrating barrier you hit between having a great idea and actually getting a working automation.
So when you're trying to get past this wall, you're basically stuck with two choices. On one side, you've got tools like Zapier and Make. They're super user-friendly, for sure, but that ease of use comes with subscription fees that can really add up. And on the other side, you have n8n. It's incredibly powerful, it's free, it's open source, but for a beginner, it has a super steep learning curve.
So what exactly is n8n? Well, the best way to think about it is like a box of digital Lego bricks for connecting all your different apps and services. You can build almost anything you can imagine, connecting Gmail to Google Sheets to Slack, and it doesn't cost you a dime. But here's the catch. You gotta be the master builder. You have to know exactly how those bricks snap together.
And yeah, a lot of people feel this way. It's not just you. As one user perfectly put it, for non-developers, it's like hitting the Great Wall of NN. There's something great on the other side, but the barrier is too high. It just feels like it was designed for developers, not for the rest of us.
And so you end up with workflows that are, well, they're just broken. You spend hours dragging and dropping nodes, trying to connect them, only to get slammed with these super confusing error messages about JSON expressions. I mean, that's just a fancy way of saying how apps talk to each other. It's just total frustration. So, okay, that's the wall. How in the world do we get over it? And that right there brings us to the solution. We're not going to try to climb the wall. Nope. We're going to use a secret weapon to go right through it. Welcome to the AI Chef's Kitchen. So the big idea here is simple. Stop trying to be the expert yourself. Instead, you bring in a master chef. And in our case, that's an AI, like Claude, to do all the heavy lifting in the kitchen. You just tell the chef what you're in the mood for, and they handle all the complicated steps. Okay, but any good chef needs a well-stocked pantry, right? The best ingredients. Well, that's exactly what an MCP or a MetaClaude prompt is. Think of it like a secret pantry, a specialized knowledge base that we give to the AI, containing everything it needs to know to cook up a perfect n8n workflow. And for this particular recipe, our chef needs two key ingredients from that pantry. The first is the n8n MCP, which is basically the whole cookbook, all the official rules and functions of n8n. The second, the context of an MCP, is kind of like a fresh food scout. It goes out and fetches the very latest documentation, making sure our chef isn't working from an old, expired recipe that's just going to fail. All right, so we've got our chef, we've got the pantry. How do we actually, order our meal? This is where things get really interesting. This is the part that's kind of mind-blowing. Now, you'd think, right, that you could just tell the AI what you want in your own language. Let's say you speak Korean, and it would just build it. But it turns out that doesn't really work. It often fails. The secret, and this is the real game changer, is this kind of weird two-step translation process. First, you get the AI to translate your simple idea into a super detailed technical prompt in English. And then you take that new English prompt and feed it right back into the AI. So that leads us to this magic four-step process. It's actually super simple. 1, describe what you want. 2, ask the AI to translate that into a detailed English prompt just for n8. 3, give that new English prompt back to the AI, making sure it can use those MCPs we talked about. And then step 4, the AI just spits out this perfect block of code. All you do is copy it, paste it into n8, and that's it. You're done. Okay, so what does this actually look like in the real world? Let's check out the night and day difference between the old way and this new AI-generated way. All right, first let's remember the pain. This is the before picture. This is what happens when you try to build this stuff by hand, especially if you're new to it. You're just staring at a screen full of broken connections, angry red error messages, and you just know you've got hours of painful debugging ahead of you, trying to figure out why this thing won't run. It is an absolute mess. But now, Check this out. This is the after. This is what you get from that simple 4-step process we just talked about. From just a few words describing what you want to this in seconds.
What you're looking at here is perfect. It's clean, it's structured, it's a fully functional workflow. All the connections work, the code is solid, every little detail is filled in correctly. It's literally ready to run. And the best part? It took almost no time at all. I mean, the difference is just, it's incredible.
Okay, so this is obviously super cool, but let's zoom out for a second. What does it all really mean? Because this is bigger than just one cool trick for one tool.
See, this isn't just a clever little hack. It's really a preview of a whole new paradigm, a fundamental shift in how we're all going to interact with complicated software.
So why is this such a big deal? Well, first, AI becomes the ultimate translator. It bridges that huge gap between our human ideas and the complex instructions the machines need to work. Second, it just obliterates the barrier to entry. Suddenly, these powerful expert-level tools aren't just for experts anymore. They're for everybody. And third, and this might be the most important part, it unlocks your creativity. You can finally focus on the what amazing thing do I want to build, instead of getting totally bogged down in the how. And that really leaves us with one final big question. We just saw AI take something incredibly complex, like automation building, and turn it into something as simple as a conversation. So you have to ask yourself, what's next? What's that other complex skill, that thing you thought was totally out of your reach, that AI is going to make easy for you? Maybe even tomorrow.